Well, it's hard to believe, but 2013 is coming to an end. That means another sports season has come to its conclusion here at CET. Welcome, everybody. It's our Year in Review show here on the Xfinity Sports Report, your Colorado High School Connection. As always, I'm your host, Brian Roth. All right, well, let's get right to it. Here's what we have coming up on the program. It's the game plan. A lot of lists on the show. Why not? Taking a look back. We'll look back at some of the top games of the year. We covered over 200 high school games on XSR this fall. We're going to pare that down to 5. It was not easy. Also, take a look at some of the top performances of the year. Look at all the state champions that were crowned. All said and done, 10 state champions took home the hardware right here on XSR this fall. And then, of course, we'll have our top 10 plays of the year, all sports. Tell you what, you talk about a hard list to pare down. We have found the top 10 plays here of the season. So that's the game plan. That's what we have coming up. But first, I'd like to introduce to you the man who brought us all XSR here at CET, the Director of Programming at Comcast Entertainment Television, Brett Hatch. Brett, how are you? We've been begging to get you on stage in studio. Finally, we've done it. And I'll tell you what, Xfinity Sports Report is an idea I think all of us are really excited about. How did it come about?
Well, you mentioned that. For 9 years now, CET has basically done high school sports in a lot of varieties, everything from all the sports that exist out there. And one of the things that was the biggest challenge for us is that with doing full games is that you can't do as much as you want. And unfortunately, with so many high schools that are within our footprint of Comcast, we really wanted to showcase more students. And one of the great things that we really heard was that kids love to be talked about. So they love to hear you and the announcers talking about their kids and talking about the success that they were having. And so what our idea is that how can we do more? How can we get to more locations? And so with you and your team, we were able to reach out to much more. So between doing 126 games every year, like you've just said, we've already done 200 just in one season, and that's the goal. The goal is to be able to do much more, and that's really it. And so Xfinity Sports Report really has become your Colorado High School connection.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where we're now covering more sports than we ever have before here at CET. We had gymnastics, had field hockey, boys soccer. Those are sports we didn't cover in the past just because we had a limited amount of time. Brett, talk a little bit about CET. It's been around for 9 years. You've mentioned that, and obviously it's always been big in the high school game. But Comcast Entertainment Television, what is the future?
Well, CET is unique. It's unique across the country. It's unique, especially to Colorado. It's focused on Colorado specifically. And so for the last 9 years, we've done some really cool things with it, high school sports being by far the most entertaining and the most beneficial, I think, that we've done so far. But the next steps really is how do we do more than just documentaries about the area, but what's the lifestyle of Colorado? I read a report the other day that said that 250,000 new households moved into the state in the last 3 months. So here's a lot of people who are coming to Colorado that don't know Colorado. So how do we showcase the lifestyle, the outdoors, the high school sports stuff that's going on, the other sports things that are happening? So that's our next focus. Music's big in this area. So those are some other areas that we're going to kind of focus on, and it's Colorado centric. It's Colorado specific. It's regional, to the area. We've got beautiful mountains. We've got opportunities that exist outside and indoors as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the bottom line with CET is the fact that it is local to Colorado. We are touching the community at the grassroots level. Brett, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming by. We finally got you on stage.
Great work, Brian. Great work.
That's Brett Hatch. He's the Director of Programming here at CET Comcast Entertainment Television. Plenty more to come in the program, just getting started. Stay with us. You're watching the Xfinity Sports Report, your Colorado High School connection.